Hey collective, this one's for you. Gonna be doing an energy reading for this week, so if you're curious what might be going on, stick around. We're about to get into it. All right, so I'm gonna start off by talking about a little bit of astrology. So today we do have Mercury shifting into Gemini, which will initiate a phase of rapid mental activity, communication breakthroughs, and increased momentum and networking, which is good because I feel like the beginning of this week started off really tense and confusing and a bit emotional. So it's nice to see that kind of cleared itself up towards the end of the week. But we also might be feeling some energy from the blue moon that will be happening on Sunday as well. So that will kind of be starting to be felt today and going into this weekend. So be aware of your emotions. And yeah, this is going to be in Sagittarius. So it's going to bring up a lot of, liberating feelings of wanting to be free emotionally and just live authentically. So this combined with the Mercury shifting into Gemini energy, I really feel like there's going to be a lot of productive communication going on right now. So it may be some tough conversations, but it will be conducive nonetheless. So yeah, let's get into this and see with a Citadel card what archetype you're in right now. But I hope you're doing well. Interesting. No, I feel like it's this one. Yeah, okay. And sometimes you got to see what you don't want to see what you do want. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I had to see, am I being called to pull that, or do I need to pull another card? But then I pull another card. No, that wasn't it. So yeah, you got to trust. You got to go with the flow sometimes, and it's okay to go back. I don't know. That's a message for somebody. We all wear different masks to appease the people around us. At work, with friends, in front of family, each mask is the part of ourselves we think is appropriate in the moment. But by being so concerned about others' opinions, you can lose sight of your true self. Stop changing to fit public expectations. It's time to work out who you are and what you want your life to be. Who is your genuine self? Let yourself be vulnerable and show others the real you. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is happening in multiple people's lives. I feel like we are kind of letting go of, wanting to fit in or wanting to be a part of, the community. I feel like we're kind of just like, I just want to be myself. I feel like we're really trying to let go of false narratives that we tell ourselves and step into what we know we truly are. So this is great, but it's also hard because then you have to get rid of all of those masks that you've been cultivating over the years. So confirmation with that ding, you hear that? But let's get into this and see with some traditional tarot. You're welcome to skip ahead if you'd like. Some people don't give a shit about seeing the cards come out. Some people do, so. All right, we're starting with the Seven of Pentacles. So this tells me that you've been really reflective about what you've been cultivating in your life, what you have, what you don't have, what you want, what you do want, just kind of really looking at things with a lens of, am I cool with this? Do I like this? What, really observing your situation in your life and where you're at. And then we're going to the World card. So this tells me that just you looking at these things kind of changed a lot. And I feel like you immediately knew what you wanted to do, and were willing to just step through that portal to make it happen. So yeah, it was like just you stepping onto this path really propelled you forward and made you feel really good about where you're going. Even though it wasn't, you know, something that necessarily happened, it was just like this epiphany that arose within you of like, wow, I can't believe I got myself here. And although it's not exactly what I want, I know that I can step into, you know, my authenticity with my next few steps. Does that make sense? Like you understand that, okay, this has gotten me this far. Now I need to shift in order to get where I really want to go. So this really propels you forward and gets you to a content feeling place. Like you're feeling really good about where you're at. You're feeling in harmony with your, you know, situation, and you're just kind of chilling, you know. And this is all because you know that you can communicate. If something ain't feeling right, you can communicate about that. You know how to take that step back and find the opportunity in the uncertainty. You know, you've learned how to do that. And this is what really brings you to your authentic path, right? Because you're able to cut through all the bullshit and see through every uncertain moment, because you know that on the other side of uncertainty is everything that you desire. So that's a point of epiphany for you. And this is not going to be, you know, rainbows and butterflies. I always say that, but this is definitely going to be a little bit back and forth. You know, you might be learning a lot right now, you know, about your life and your situation. So it's going to come with some ups and downs. You know, it's not going to just be that simple and easy, but whatever is coming apart needed to come apart to teach you something. So allow it to happen. Allow the tower to collapse so that you can build something more authentic, or allow just parts of it to collapse so you can just repair those parts. You know, it doesn't have to be this complete utter destruction. It could just be some renovations. You know what I'm saying? So be open to how this shows up for you. Don't act like, oh my God, what's going to happen? This is not something to freak out about. It's just kind of something to roll with and be strong through, you know, with the King of Swords shining through here for me. I really feel like if you can just understand that you have authority within your life, and mainly that authority is how you respond to shit. How are you going to respond to this, you know, wave of emotion that you're getting hit with? Are you going to learn? Are you going to keep yourself stuck? Are you going to really feel a sense of connection and passion towards what you're working on? I don't know. Yeah, be careful not to get stuck here. You're going to have feelings where you're going back and forth between these emotions, but do your best to step into love and not into victim mentality. That's really what they're calling for here. So, you know, do with that what you will, and take that little bit of nugget with you, because this is going to be hard. This is going to be weird. It's going to be up and down these next few weeks, because I feel like this week alone was very up and down, you know, with what's going on in the planets. I feel like it was kind of, you know, just tense, but then conducive, but hard, but, you know, flows effortlessly. I don't know. It's a weird energy, but you got to roll with it. I mean, that's definitely some Uranus and Gemini energy. So yeah, it's a lot going on, but I really feel like these things are being worked on so that we can put them to rest, you know. And I'm really interested in this dynamic right here of like, at first you didn't know how to feel, but when you get through all of this, you know exactly how you feel. You're going to find that cup that you're looking for. It's just going to take some time and some emotions to flow through. So this is all saying, can you let go and move on from the past way of doing things? It's time to let go and find something new. We don't need to keep reiterating the same ways of doing shit. It's time to revolutionize our day-to-day. It's time to make some changes, some adjustments, so that the universe doesn't have to do it for us. But yeah, with us ending on the Page of Cups, this is a new emotional beginning. I feel like these cups weren't working for you. So you said, okay, I'm walking away from what doesn't serve me in order to continue forward with what does. You know, so you took that cup and you said, okay, although it's not, you know, maybe 8 cups like it was here, this 1 cup sure feels a hell of a lot better than those 2. So trust yourself and where you're going. And yeah, it's just going to take a lot of strength and a lot of trust in your intuition. So be careful of, you know, the illusions that your brain tries to tell you. Queen of Fire, Queen of Pentacles. So having, Queen of Wands actually. So yeah, that's the same thing I was saying with the Queen of Swords. It's like trusting in this growing cycle, trusting your intuition to know, okay, I am making these actions for my highest growth. I'm taking, the reins so that I can grow, so that I can become who I was meant to be, not what my mask looks like. That's not me. That's something that I've created. King of Water, man. Yeah, that was coming through strong yesterday, I believe, in the water sign. But yeah, it's really saying, can you be generous with yourself as you're moving through this tough cycle? It's going to take a lot of care and attention and awareness of how you're feeling. And stability in that as well. Page of Air, yeah, this is the Page of Swords. So you are moving forward. You are meeting with like your destiny right now. You're being called to be aligned with what is truly yours, not what you think you need or what other people think you should have. This is about what you desire. This is about your heart space. What have you been longing for? Wow, the World card coming through. So this is completion of a cycle. This is a perspective change because everything is shifting. So you need to shift with it. Don't allow yourself to be swept away. You definitely want to roll with this and flow with this as much as possible to make it as, painless as it can be, because fighting through a current is a lot of fucking work. So I'm not trying to do that. Let's see with the Monology deck. You and your loved ones are safe. You're gonna be fine, regardless. There's no losses, there's only learning. I keep saying that this week, so I'm gonna say it again. What do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? What are you holding on to that isn't yours anymore? Let it go. Walk away. A new start is coming. So, man, and a new romantic cycle begins. I always feel like these cards, where'd it go? Where'd you go? Also, World card was a synchronicity. Where did the Page of Cups go? Right here. I always feel like these cards are the same meaning. You know what I mean? This is saying like you're going to be feeling very differently about your life. It's not just a romantic cycle in a relationship sense. This is just how you feel about your life, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about where you're going. There's a lot of feelings that are being balanced out right now. So allow it to happen and enjoy this new beginning. All right, let's close it out with some guidance messages. Whoa. Upskill, work, career, crossroads. So this is going to take some work. Yeah, this is it. This is like you building emotional skills. You building like skills with how to flow with the universe. This is not just like career in a simple way. This is more of an internal upskill, with like a mental upskill. Balance yourself, direction, growth, life stages. Yeah, you're just in a, specific life stage right now. Whoa, okay. Notice the signs. I've been talking about the signs as well this week. There are going to be hints that you're on the right path, and there's going to be hints that maybe you're not on the right path. If you see signs and you're like, hey, I've seen this word a bunch of times. I keep seeing the name Martha. Look up what does the name Martha mean? Look up the definition of these names or look up the angel numbers, listen to your signs. I'm telling you, it changed my life to open myself to the synchronicities and the signs that I find in the universe. It changes everything. Get into nature, definitely enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the grass, touch some trees, man. Just go out there and just be one with the universe, because nothing grounds you more than that. Nothing grounds you than getting outside and connecting with our origin. Yeah, you're re-energizing your life. Clear, positive space and harmony. This is a divine re-energizing. So don't look at this lightly. Don't look at this in a lens of pain. Like, why is this happening to me? No, don't look at it from that lens. Look at it as like, I wonder what's going on. What do I need to see here? And ask conducive questions. Don't ask questions that are just like about that are stemming from negativity and insecurity. I don't know I got to figure out how to word that better. But yeah, be careful with how you're viewing this, because this is here to help you. This is not This isn't happening to you. This is happening for you. So do with that what you will. But if you need anything, if you need any further guidance, you're welcome to reach out to me for a personal private reading or join my Patreon. If you're interested in that, that's in the description box below. I really appreciate y'all joining me here. And if this resonated, let me know how in the comments. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what's going on with everybody because we are in a very interesting time energetically. So thank y'all so much for being here. I hope you have a great week. Bye.